Back to the hadith of Imam Al Jawad alayhi salam. The Imam says that I swear to God the Almighty Lord, Wallahi alladhi la ilaha illahu. This is the hadith of Imam Al Jawad, Muhammad ibn Ali, Abi Ja'far alayhi salam. He says, by God, who is the one and only God, ما نال أحد شيئا من أمر الدنيا والآخرة. Anyone who's ever been able to achieve any success in this world or the next has not done so except through three attributes. Listen to this. If you can secure these three things, the Imam says, then without a doubt you will be able to achieve success in this world as well as the next. These are the keys to success. You know how doors have a key, but then every once in a while you come across what? A master key. A key that unlocks every lock. A key that unlocks every door in a building. These are those master keys, three of them. Number one, Imam Al Jawad says, حُسْنُ الظَّنِّ بِاللَّهِ. It is to expect nothing but good from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To always hope for the best. To always pray for the best. To always to put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. الثِّقَةُ بِاللَّهِ. Parenthetically, it's another beautiful, insightful hadith of Imam Al Jawad alayhi salam. الثِّقَةُ بِاللَّهِ, having trust in Allah. Expecting God to look after you, even if things don't look as if they're going to work out. Even if life doesn't seem to be going in the direction that you want it to go. But to expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come through with His promise. And to put your trust in Him in spite of the challenges, the hurdles, the problems. الثِّقَةُ بِاللَّهِ ثَمَنٌ لِكُلِّ غَالٍ وَسُلَّمٌ إِلَى كُلِّ عَالٍ. The Imam says. What a beautiful symphony of a hadith this is. Putting your trust in Allah is the price of the dearest of things and a ladder to the highest summits. You want to really be successful in this world as well as the next? Put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's a beautiful portion in a dua which again is just so incredible. The Imam speaks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says to him, Ya Radda ma qad fat. Oh Allah, I know for a fact that you can undo any of the damage that is done to me. Ya Radda ma qad fat. You think that you missed this business opportunity because you were trying to do the right thing and because you were trying to avoid sin, right? You should trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you what is entitled to you. To give you what is yours and what is written for you. To provide you with your destiny. One that works in your interest, even if you think you've missed it. Even if you feel that the ship has sailed. Ya Radda ma qad fat. Which if you think about it, that's what gave the Imams the courage to confront the biggest challenges, the most savage and brute dictators with the bravery that they had. The courage of Ali ibn Abi Talib in the battlefield is a small example. The courage of Imam al-Hussein on the battlefields of Karbala. The courage of Imam al-Hassan in the face of Muawiyah and the way he addressed this despotic, savage tyrant. Imagine if you found yourself in the presence of Saddam. People are found captured by ISIS and about to be beheaded. If you've ever seen those daunting and haunting videos, you'll notice that they're absolutely powerless. You'll notice that they just sit there. They're about to be beheaded. The statement is being read. Everything that's going to happen to them is being read out in real time. It's going to happen in a matter of seconds, and yet they don't do anything. Part of the reason is that any of us, when confronted with the horror of an oppressive tyrant, we lose our ability to react. In other words, what happens to us Psychologists say that we lose even control of our muscles. It's like you're debilitated. It's like someone who's disabled. That's what fear does to you. May we never see any situation like that for ourselves or families or friends. And yet you look at the Ahlul Bayt standing before these tyrants, not a speck, not a dust of fear, nothing. Part of it is that they know, Ya Radda ma qad fat, that whatever happens, happens for a reason. And whatever damage could potentially befall me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can undo it. The story of Prophet Ayub is a classic example of that, where he lost everything and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaced it all. Imam al-Hussein lost everything, but look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him. And I don't want to get into that. Ya Jalisa man la jalisa lah. Ya Anisa man la Anisa lah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when everything else fails you, when there is no one to help, when there is no one to give you company or comfort or healing or anything like that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. That was, brothers and sisters, one of the biggest lessons of Imam Al Jawad alayhi salam. I'll finish the rest of the hadith inshaAllah. The Imam says, Wallahi alladhi la ilaha illahu. You need these three ingredients, these three elements, if you're going to achieve any meaningful success in this life or the next. Number one, husnul dhanni billah. Number two, husnul khuluq, is to have good moral character, to treat others with kindness and generosity. Again, that gives you power that no money, no political position or office can ever dream of giving you. The love that you are able to garner by just being nice and kind to other people, starting with your own family, starting with your own wife or husband or children or parents. Husn al-khuluq. And number three, tarkul ghibati lin-nas. The Imam says, again, you want, this is incredible, this is really profound, brothers and sisters. The Imam is saying that if you're going to achieve any meaningful, real, tangible success, one of the things you need to do, in addition to having complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is to refrain from backbiting, is to refrain from slandering others. One of the ulama in the holy city of Qum, there's a Sayyid who takes istikhara, and he's known as Sayyid al-Asfahani. Some of you who are in Qum, you probably know him or have heard of him. He has this intuition, if you like, this ability to take an istikhara and immediately tell you what your intention was, and really expand upon the pros and cons and why you should do it or why you should refrain from doing it. It's really quite amazing. A cousin of mine said that once I picked him up, he was waiting for a taxi on the street, so I picked him up in my car, I dropped him off at his destination, and while I had him in my car for a few minutes, I said to him, Sayyidina, what is it that gave you this ability to probe not only the souls of others, but almost tell the future, right? Almost prophesize about what's going to happen if you do this or if you refrain from it. I had an experience with him myself, which was mind-boggling. I took an istikhara with him and the response was just spot on. It was spot on, right? Thousands of people have tried him. So he said to him, Sayyidina, what gave you this ability, this power to probe people's souls and their intentions and tell the future and whatnot? He said, listen, I'm only going to give you one thing. Do you know how many gatherings of ghibah I had to ruin before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this ability? Ruin the gathering, meaning that you make a stance, you make a scene. When someone is being slandered in your presence, you get up and say, I'm not going to be a part of this. To hell with all of you, and get out. You ruin the gathering because someone is being slandered. A mu'min is being subjected to backbiting. He said, do you know how many gatherings I had to ruin before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me this insight? And so back to the hadith of Imam Al Jawad alayhi salam, the Imam says that if you're going to achieve success, you need to refrain from slandering your brothers and sisters. We'll wrap up